GiveZ and version2.ai are solving nonprofit fundraising's biggest challenges by building the world's first fully autonomous fundraiser and digital gift documentation management system.
It's like good storytelling is basically doing what Pixar or others have done, or the hero's journey.
This is Matt, and on this episode of Lantern at MGMT Boston, we have Sam Dunn, the co-founder and CEO of Rally. So we're going to find out what he's building, what he's learned from his very illustrious startup career, and talk a little bit about what's going on just off the water here at Carson Beach at Rally. So Sam, thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
And for having me over. First and foremost, what are you guys building at this startup?
So we are doing video for product demos. So the idea is you've got a product and you need to record and show other people what you're up to. And we build a bunch of tools so teams can do that. And it feels basically not like a video editor, but more like a slideshow.
Amazing. And as you think about, where you all have gotten as a team these last couple of years, using AI, leveraging AI to make a better product and a better experience for customers and consumers alike, what has that looked like for you all?
So I think by and large, AI makes you sound a little bit smarter. So you have to do less of the heavy lifting, so video editing or whatever else. And you could basically just talk. And then the thing that comes out the other end is like a nice cleaned up version. So I think AI is exciting because AI basically makes it really easy to get the thing you want out of some pretty rough inputs, like a recording with ums and ahs and silences, or a demo that you've recorded and it's taken way too long and you need to cut out all the dead parts. So
a lot of us can benefit from that.
Yeah. Put another way, AI helps you get to the point quicker and makes a lot of the creative cleanup that normally you'd have to hire someone for, something you can do in one click. And that's cool.
Great. And as you think about, where we stand today, entering the spring and the deeper part of 2025, what are some of those highlights that you all are working on?
I think that the exciting part is obviously with every new AI release, there's a new wave of capabilities. So I think any new startup happening right now kind of has to pick the things that aren't going to be obsolete a couple months from now.
Sure.
So a good example, probably a year ago, it seemed pretty opportune to be a writing assistant or to have automatic transcription of stuff. And now that's kind of like spell check. It's baked into everything. You're not going to build a company out of doing those sorts of things. So I think that there is going to be this whole realm of giving people and AI agents the ability to kind of create tools to kind of create the thing that you want. So for us, we're making a kit of tools for demo videos and presentations on that way. And so what that means is we started from a place of covering all the basics of video editing, and we're evolving into be a little bit more of what you'd see in a TV channel or kind of the little better production. So little name tags that pop up as you're talking. Some of the same playful things that you see in the social media apps that you use, like stickers or annotations like that. Those are actually really strong presentation tools. The things that live in Instagram stories can be translated over to the workplace. And actually, I think need to be, because people have short attention spans now. And if I kind of zoom out a little bit, the way that most people have kind of come up is good storytelling is basically doing what Pixar or others have done, or the hero's journey. But in actuality, people don't have that attention span anymore. You don't have a captive audience. You need to kind of get to the point quickly and then kind of show what you can do for them. We've learned from folks like TikTok and Instagram and others, and kind of start with a punchy hook for your product and then kind of show it and then move on. You don't have a half-hour meeting anymore. You have 30 seconds, you have a minute, you have 2 minutes, and AI can help you get to a tight 1 or 2 minutes very quickly.
Totally. And through your career at Rally now and Robin before this, what are some of the things you've learned to give to the audience, whether that's startup operators, future founders, current founders, investors, others listening in from the community?
So I think a big one is there's something powerful about earning people's time. And I think that's the number one commitment that I've learned to make to folks, be it your investors, your employees, your teammates. If you commit to earning their time and they commit to earning yours, then everyone's going to try the right amount and there's going to be a lot of trust. The other one is make it easy. And I clunked at this at my last company. I clunked at the idea of communicating all the time on where we were going. I think that one of the things I learned is hey, everyone needs to be plot invested. So you got to share about the trials and tribulations your company is going through, kind of the vision you have for the future, the world we all live in today and get them excited about closing that gap. And if I can connect that to a cool one, growing up, particularly in the US, you get taught about like the way you write or communicate tends to be around showing what you know about a topic.
Sure.
And that's because your teachers are paid to be there, they're paid to read what it is. But in today's world, you have to instantly connect with someone and show them something they're missing about the world, or show them an exciting potential about the way the world could work with their help or with your product. So I think that idea of like getting people stoked about the future covers a lot of the gaps that most people have in terms of recruiting, sales, marketing, all of that. And I think now more than ever, like with AI, there's plenty to be excited about. There's plenty of things that you can sit down and now make.
Makes a lot of sense. And last but not least, how can we help you? How can we help you grow in the Boston community? How can we help Rally grow? What are your asks for us?
The biggest one, I think, is just like, hey, I am always looking to meet new entrepreneurs and other folks starting stuff in the area. I think that I care deeply about like anything presentation or demo related. So if you're trying to show off a product or communicate something regularly to your team, like those are the sorts of things where I geek out about. My origin story is very like design driven. So if there are folks that like to talk about that stuff, that's cool too. And then, at the very last, it's like anyone on like the product marketing world, if you're responsible for equipping your team with enablement or any sort of stuff like that, we've got some cool things we can hook you up with.
Excellent. This is Sam from Rally, Matt from MGM2 Boston, in this episode of Lantern. Thanks for joining us.